So first off, like Delta and other southern states, they are big on cassava, right? And it's not just that they are big on cassava, like this is our staple food right here. And most farmers, most people in these rural areas are big on growing cassavas. If they want to, if the Delta State government, for example, wants to really harness the opportunities that is in this value chain, one of the key things that they need to do is to, they have the information already, just have a geomapping and say which area in Delta State or areas or local government areas are producing the largest tonnage, of cassava. When they look at that and say, okay, for example, Alfred area or Mr. Victory's area, these are the two largest producers of cassava. And then they begin to look at all the other indices, starting from the market. Which product is most productive for us? Who are we selling it to? At what price is this person buying? This person, what volume do they consume? So if your market is Nestle, for example, if your market are confectionaries, if your market is brewery and alcohol based, if your market is in the wine industry, which all of them are chiefly dependent on importation, then you can now begin to look at it that, okay, how often do you need this product, and so on and so forth, and see how you can, because they are going to be spending a lot importing it, custom duties and all of that, see how you can match exactly the same price or a little bit below the price of importation. The only way you can get it a little bit below, because your competitors are doing mechanized farming, and that brings all their cost of production to like the barest minimum. And that's why you see that sometimes they import a product, they pay all the import duties, and the goods itself is still cheaper than your cost of production here, right? So what the government can do in that sense is to see how we can leverage on that level of technology and site the factory itself, cutting edge factory, like in factory, closed circuit. You put your, what's it called? Your tubers here, and then the final product is coming out here, and all the waste are collected from different angles, right? So you site it, this is not politics. So you site it in the areas that have abundance of the cassava plant in Delta State. And when you do that, you now, all the other areas who are also doing well but are not doing as much as what this particular sector that is producing abundance is doing, you link the roads together. The good thing is that those roads are not even going to get as much traction, much engagement as all the roads in the cities. So you link those rural roads together and provide good logistics and take those boys off the road who are constantly disturbing our logistics people. And then let there be a trade. So these people here in this area, they find it very easy to move the produce from point A to the factory. So people in other areas too, they will also be able to move it with the organized transport provided by the government or the private sector, and then move it down to the factory. The factory produces, they know how to move it to their end user, right? And at the end of the day, you find out that Delta will develop beyond our imagination.